Hello, BookTube. I wanted to give you a little Friday read slash AM reading, a little glimpse of the things I'll be reading this weekend. This is not all that I'll be reading this weekend, but it's also my reading time this weekend has been eaten into unexpectedly by a couple of writing things that have suddenly crystallized and need to be done. One, the help of a friend, and one for a deadline piece on my own. So a chunk of my weekend will go to writing that I wasn't anticipating, but it doesn't matter. This, as you'll be able to see when you look at these books, these are not going to take me long. So this is not all. I'm leaving room for serendipity or, mood just from the shelf of new releases that I haven't got to. But the first one is a tiny little thing. It's this thing here, Carrie Nugent's Asteroid Hunters. It's just 80 pages about asteroids. It's just a very lively PhD version of what I imagine a Wikipedia entry would be like on the subject. Their nature, their composition, of course, how dangerous they are to Earth, that sort of thing. And then the next thing, you comic book fans out there might remember the precursor to this book. This is the Legion of Regrettable Supervillains. And it's a follow-up to the League of Regrettable Superheroes by the same author from Quirk Books. It's just, this author's really funny. And he just takes you through the worst ideas of comics history as opposed to the best ideas. The first one was all the absolute D-rate superheroes. And this, I guess, will be all the D-rate supervillains, or as many as struck his fancy. It won't take any time at all to go through, and it will be a joy to go through. I myself am really hoping that in these pages, the two gigantic head villains, the Wonder Woman villain Egghead and the Marvel Comics supervillain MODOK, they're just enormous heads. I'm really hoping both of them make appearances, but we shall see. And then a biography of King Henry VIII's niece, Margaret Douglas. This is So High a Blood. This is the finished copy. I've had the advanced copy sitting on the shelf, and I just haven't got to it. And it's a major new Tudor life, so I will do that this weekend. And then a novel, Hari Kunzru's White Tears. There's our author looking tormented. This also has been on. I've had the advanced copy of this for months and just haven't got to it. And it's late now. I believe that it's well gone. This isn't even an April release. No, this is mid-March. But I don't want to not do it. I don't want to not get to it. So I will do that this weekend. And then a reread. This is a nice big collection, a bright red collection. Free Women, Free Men by Camille Paglia, the author of Sexual Personae. This is a collection of her essays, which, if she's on, if all her gears are running just perfectly, and she sits down to flash through an essay, it will be electrifying. It's an electrifying experience when she's on, and a lot of these I haven't read, so we'll see. And then the last one also won't take more than a minute, but oh, what a sweet minute it will be. This is Bentley and Egg. This is by William Joyce from, must be 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It's a children's book reprint. It's a hardcover reprint because this Athenaeum Books is doing a thing. I don't know if you can see it in the corner here. The World of William Joyce. They're doing these lovely hardcover reprints of all of his books, and this is a wonderful one. They are all wonderful. It was, I don't know. I wish I could find the person at Athenaeum Books whose idea it was to do The World of William Joyce and shake their hand, because it is a joy to have these things back in front of a new audience. And this is about a little frog who is unwillingly deputized with the task of watching over an egg. And he's a little bored. He doesn't really see why he's been picked. But it gets a little more entertaining when he paints the egg. But when he paints the egg, he makes it perfect for an Easter egg hunt, and it is quickly absconded with by a little boy, and then his problems have doubled. So he's got to get the egg back. It's just delightful. Some of you may know some of his other books, but this publisher is doing them all in a little library of his stuff, and the writing and the artwork just wonderful. So that's a little. I mean, you can see from this pile, this is not going to take me long. This is a kid's book, a collection of essays, a slim novel, a Tudor biography, the book of regrettable supervillains, and a tiny book on asteroids. So that is a little tour of my weekend reading, and I'll report back on all the additions that I make to it. I'm sure there will be many. But in the meantime, of course, as always, on Am Reading, on Friday Reading, I would love to know what you're reading this weekend. And that's it for now. I'll see you soon, BookTube. Thank you.